this time I did a sneak peek into it, but I didn't even unfold the wing. Basic plans on how to set it up. Nice set of stickers. More stickers or elements. Some wooden elements, screws. It's very nice packaged, so everything is protected there. Yeah, really excited for this black manta style. Space for the air unit there. That's the hatch if you don't use the air unit. And here it is in the next shot. It's already dry fit assembled. Carbon spar in it, held in place with the 2 screws here. Wing tips just screwed on, but will be glued on additionally later. Everything is very well thought through. Lots of space there, more space there for the ESC, side compartments for like video transmitter, or you could go crazy for long range RC receiver all the way on the side, so it has the least amount of interference. There are some servo extensions already, 6-wire connector here on the wing side. Only question I would have is if you use a crossfire with 4 cables, like 2 for power and 2 for data, 4 cables on a 3 cable servo lead, you need to be creative there. Sunny sky motor, the ESC, everything is plug and play, no solder needed, and you get different wooden parts for the front section. Those are Teflon parts for the bottom side. Okay, in this step of the build process I'm here to help you with my stupidity. Don't repeat my mistakes. This is definitely a mistake. It's tempting, you glue in the carbon thingy here in the Elevon, and it's tempting to have the control horn this way, but this way it would stick on the bottom side of the wing, which is not how it's planned. This thing should be turned around so that we have the control horns on top where they cannot be harmed so easy. So please don't be as stupid. And in case you're wondering, using hot glue to glue this in perfectly works. It's maybe a bit messy, but it sticks really well. Ask how I know. So I just gotta get the second part out, and then I will do it correct, like the build is coming together and there's so much room for additional gear. But for my first flights I just want to keep it simple. Throw in a receiver, have 3 channels and see how it flies. For the maiden flight I have some data weight, not a lot because I used a really large battery pack. The 7000 mAh lithium-ion sewed pack. As you see here, the cable is a bit short, but move it in like this and it works and it holds nicely. Just used the pigtails and screw on DJI antennas. I could even take off the wings and have this backpack friendly, which is a nice option if you need it. Is the little crossfire with the 6-channel adapter. In this red heat shrink there is an abandoned flight control which just serves as a voltage sensing device for my air unit. It's fed by the additional power cable from the ESC, which conveniently delivers the battery voltage. This bucket over here already says it with the sticker, but it's the compartment where I just cramped in the Immortal T antenna. Normally you have it like oriented this way. Of course, with the horizontal antenna, if I fly away from me, I will have the antenna null on the tip pointing to me. Not the best range with this kind of mounting. And in the back here, additional weight if I use the GoPro all the way in the back. conveniently with one of those dual lock tapes. I just glued in the ESC. Time for a maiden flight, which I'm kind of nervous about, because everybody keeps telling me how difficult it is to launch this wing. I don't have iNav on it, no flight control, no auto launch, so it will just be a manual toss. But I want to point out Mark Hoffman. I forgot your nick, it's Blackie something in Nerdspeak. He has a really nice video, I think it will be in English soon as well, about how to launch a wing with a few helpful tips, and I hope I can use them now. Thanks, train. Let's either get this in the air beautifully or destroy it with rolling 3 cams, slow-mo cam, and at least have good footage. So either way, it will be great. This time I will throw it like this. It's a weird angle, but it should work. It didn't, yeah, that's a nice glue in, and there's also not too much damage in there. The battery thingy here is just to be glued in again. This just disconnected, and yeah, a little bit of foam damage there, but not really much. Okay, this is the same day in the evening, and I've got a few things sorted out. Aileron mix is now correct and not the wrong way. Third launch will be the success. Yes! I cannot believe it flew that well. And I'm scared if I pull too hard on the elevator that it not only does this but turns and stalls. So it's definitely an advanced pilot's plane, considering the 2 crashes I had. I love that it's still in one piece. Okay, with the line of sight working quite nice, I just have to add a lot of expo on aileron because yeah, it was very twitchy. Now throwing it line of sight and then changing to the FPV view. Now provoking a stall by pulling elevator. So does, yeah, it stalls over one wing. And it stalls with like 20 or 50 meters of altitude lost. Confidence grows. Oh, that was a really nice landing. So another flight, this time with the 7000 mAh lithium-ion pack, and CG is right where it should be, maybe a tad bit forward. Should reduce the wobbles a bit, we will see. Yeah, I think I have my throttle to 50% and that feels about right. Maybe it's not efficient that way, but the plane is quite stable, flying straight. I can balance it or stabilize it with my right thumb on the aileron. Excited for this. So where is the sun? It wasn't fully enjoyable to fly in the higher amounts of wind. When I have calm mornings or evenings, there it's the most fun. So yeah, maybe I find another spot, and it's a weird feeling to have a pack in the plane that I will use on the next spot as well, because yeah, it has so much capacity. This was an exciting flight, I can tell you. It was shaking so much that I feared I lost my GoPro and therefore my CG. But apparently, even though it's dead calm on the ground, it's gusty in the sky. So going a bit higher helped me then. So here I am in the hangar, telling you my final thoughts about the ARWing Pro. It was a nice journey, and I hope the journey goes on and on, because yeah, it still lives, and I think I have it almost where I want it to. Things I learned are numerous. I think I learned how to throw a wing the right way. Thanks again, Blackie, for your instructions. You just gotta send it almost full throttle, and don't hold it too long, or you will give it a weird disc movement. And yeah, better watch the video from Blackie. First, I wanted to go the easy route and just use 3 channels, the servos and the motor, and keep it easy, because DJI video has good range, Crossfire has perfect range, so why should I care? But then I wanted voltage, so I added another little flight control to it, and I saw the voltage, so it was nice. And I thought, hey, I want to see my altitude and my distance. So I added GPS to this little flight control. The Betaflight never arms, because yeah, nobody tells it to. And if it doesn't arm, the GPS distance and the altitude is not accounted for. And in the end, I used a flight control for wings that I had lying around, a Matec F411, a really tiny one. And it only has 2 UARTs, GPS, Crossfire. And the third that I would need is for DJI OSD. Could use a soft serial and use this LED port and ST1 for the soft serial. There's a good video from Painless 360 about how to use this, and it works, or it worked for like 1 flight, and then it stopped working. This goes to the battery, this goes to ESC channel of the ESC without the power, without volts, just signal and ground. S1 on the board here and ground to ground. Yeah, the red and black are not power. Those are, red is LED port, and this is the RX of my soft serial, and black goes to ST1, and this will be for DJI. The same connector here for the UART. In the top row we have TX1 and RX1. In this channel I run the wire for the GPS, which will sit here in the GPS position. This is the left servo and this is the right servo on S3 and S4. Currently I'm waiting for a Matec H743 wing edition. Yeah, those are around $100, a bit pricey. They have a lot of servo outputs and UARTs. In the meantime, I helped myself with setting up my TX16 with the Lua script and with audio alerts. So if you have too little amount of UARTs, consider using the telemetry that you get on your OpenTX or HTX radio to use this telemetry with a few rules on and switches on your radio to get audio alerts or audio messages. For example, how long do I fly on a switch? How many volts or milliamps do I have? How high do I fly? Thanks Banggood for sending me the ARWing. It's old. It's not out since a few days, weeks. Now it's out almost 2 years now. But it has a lot of fans, and that's what got me curious about this plane. It's not an easy plane to begin with, but it's very rewarding. It's very, very efficient. My flight times will be around an hour with 6000 milliamp, like 4 to 5 amps to fly in cruise speed, which is around 70 kph, 70, 80 maybe. It can be flown fast as well, like I would say 150 kph, full throttle in a straight line. If you have some questions and I can answer them, I will do so in the comment section below. Please also consider to subscribe to this channel, of course, and check out my Patreon page. I'm just checking my notes on the wing, and there are a lot of notes, a lot of wisdom collected. I will put it all in the info box of this video, so go check there first. So, with it all being said, thanks a lot for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.